village, and the atmosphere was very quiet and abandoned. They decided to rest in the village. There, Scott continued to look at the photo of his son very sadly, while relaxing. Allison surprised the arrival of zombies. Luckily, she was still rescued by Scott. The zombie threat did not end there. Then a bunch of zombies came over to make them confused where to go, because the zombies had managed to surround them. In the midst of the panic, Allison accidentally found an underground tunnel, and the tunnel took them out of the place. But unfortunately, the zombies also managed to get into the tunnel, and Scott was caught by the zombies. Finally, he was able to be saved by Allison. They immediately ran to save themselves until they finally escaped from the zombies. At the edge of the forest, they were relaxing and talking to each other, but they interrupted the sound of gunfire, and so did Canham and Johnson, who also heard it. They decided to find the source of the sound, and it turned out that the source of the sound came from a group of soldiers who drunk in the middle of the forest. Because the soldiers drunk, Allison was even tempted to ride, and Scott blocked it. After that, they surprised the arrival of a group of zombies, and at the same time Canham and Johnson came. Then they go to war with the zombies. Although a little overwhelmed, but finally they were able to paralyze the zombies. The morning began to come, and the atmosphere was very cold, and for the umpteenth time Allison and Scott faced with a group of zombies. Because they tired of walking, they chose not to fight with the zombies and chose to hide. Then Scott and Allison continued their journey until they found a beautiful place covered by thick snow. While walking, enjoying the beauty of nature, suddenly came a bunch of zombies chasing them, and they immediately ran to the middle of the housing, but the place was also overrun by zombies. To be safe from zombies, they decided to break into one of the houses. On the other side, Canham, Johnson, and a soldier had arrived at the residential area. In this place, the soldier tried to escape using a car, but unfortunately it attracted attention of the zombies and finally attacked him. Meanwhile, Allison and Scott, who were in the house, accidentally found a woman named Sarah, and it turned out that Sarah had become a zombie. Seeing this, Allison was very sad because Sarah was her best friend. Allison realized that Sarah had a child. She immediately went to look for her. After Allison rescued the child, they were again chased by zombies, but this unfortunate incident resulted in Scott being caught, so he infected and turned into a zombie. While Allison continued to run, and luckily she was able to be saved by Canham and Johnson, but unfortunately Johnson infected by virus. With great compulsion, Johnson had been killed. Finally, they passed from the siege of the zombies. At the end of the film, Allison, Canham, and the little boy go on a journey to save themselves from being surrounded by zombies, and the film ends.